practice, everybody on Clubhouse, everybody in this world, this is just Clubhouse, this is the world, has a sign around this to make me feel special and make them feel special. If they said something that actually really benefited them, let them know. First thing you want on Clubhouse is you want to have a bio, because if you look like you don't have a bio, right then, people aren't going to bring you up. They're going to think this guy, there's a lot of trolls on here and stuff like that too. They're not going to know if you're legit. Here's the deal. I came on here with 0 followers. I was also in organic time and it was very easy to grow. However, I was blocked from the app, I was put down on stage, and I wasn't allowed. I was in the audience just like anybody else. This is why it's the best guide ever.
All right, I'm here today with Mr. Jeff, the entrepreneur. Welcome to Path to Mastery podcast. What's up, Jeff?
What up, brother? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. We're doing something a little special today, and we're actually recording into Clubhouse as well. And we're going to talk about your new book coming out, and it's the best Clubhouse guide ever. Love it, man. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so I'm Jeff, the entrepreneur. If you don't know me, I apologize. Years ago, went to wake up my brother. He didn't wake up on drugs, fentanyl. He passed away. 2 days prior, we had a dream to build a big coffee shop music studio. You guys are all witnessing the dream, just like founder of McDonald's, of me building the biggest coffee shop music studio ever in honor of him, like a franchise, just like Starbucks, man. And but you get anywhere in life, you hope enough people get where they want. And when I've joined entrepreneurship and just learning and growing and investing, I've learned a lot, had a lot of limited success, I like to call it, because I'll always continue to strive. And I just help people basically build the brand that people then want to reach out to, do brand and marketing consulting with Change Lives Marketing and Consulting. Been flown out for like consulting as of this year. And then recently, been asked to speak on a lot of stages. So now with my Entourage group, which is my private limited group, which I'm going to be offering a new thing, I kind of give them introductions to stages, and then I'm going to be going on tour doing a lot of virtual events, and we're going to be doing a 12,000 person event next year, probably sometime. So it's already done.
Good for you, my friend. Well, and you are also a real estate investor, an author, a YouTuber, a podcast host, and brand marketing consultant of Changing Lives Marketing and Consulting. And you are actually really close to me, man. You're out in Connecticut and I'm in Massachusetts. So we're pretty much neighbors.
Yeah, it's true, man. I know, right up there. We'll drive. I'll have to come up there. I used to come up there back in the day. I used to come up there for a girl that was like, I loved hanging out with her for obvious reasons. And now I try and stay away from the woman and hang around with people who I can grow with. So that's a better reason.
Do you know Rain's Deli, man? Have you been to Rain's Deli out in, where is that? Vernon?
Yeah, no, I don't think I have.
Oh my God. It's kind of like the Connecticut's version of what's that big famous deli in New York? Is it, I can't think of the name of it. They got a deli downtown New York. It's amazing. Carnegie Deli, maybe?
I got to learn. I'm half the time. I got to learn to eat more, man. I always forget to eat. I'm always working, So yeah, I got to make time for that.
All right. Well, we got a few people popping in the room now, which is good. So we're with Mr. Jeff, the entrepreneur right now. Jeff has become a Clubhouse influencer, and we're going to talk a little bit today about how Jeff's been able to do that, as well as his new book coming out, The Best Clubhouse Guide Ever. So Jeff, how many, you have 31,000 plus followers right now in Clubhouse?
Yeah, but that doesn't matter as much as the DMs and the connections you made off the app. I'll admit that as much. It's just a vanity metric on any of the social media. It's really personal one-on-one. I was penned Jeff the DM entrepreneur because I personally believe anybody who DMs me, eventually, once we get to you, which we do, I really have the best heart to generally help somebody. And there's a lot of people out there that, I don't know how well I just know what I'm capable of doing. And so that's really, we've gotten more than 7,000 in there. We didn't get all 31,000, but yeah, that's kind of.
So my buddy App just joined us on Clubhouse, and App is also in Connecticut. So yeah. Jeff, what part of Connecticut are you in?
So right now I'm in Southington.
Southington. Jeez,
but
I think that's
where he is. Yeah, Southington's a nice town. I own a real estate investment in Manchester.
Okay. Oh man, yeah, that's where I was in South Windsor when I lived out there. I was in South Windsor. So Cool, man. So talk to us how, first off, the Clubhouse secrets, right? Or the best Clubhouse guide ever. Let's talk about 3 strategies. What are 3 top strategies? By the way, I'm going to open this up for everybody. If anybody wants to ask Jeff a question, we'd love to hear your questions as well through Clubhouse. And we're going to have you ask them on your end. So what, first off though, Jeff, give us 3 strategies on how to use Clubhouse at the highest level.
Yeah, so I mean, first, number one, and this is so here's one thing I like Clubhouse, it's like a metaphor for life. The same strategy you'll get in the best Clubhouse guide ever, you can use in any room, any connection. I mean, you were teasing about interviewing Tom Brady. You get in the room with Tom Brady, you can use the same strategies, connect with Tom Brady and have him on your TV show or whatever you got going on, right? So, but basically it's this, man. It's basically you want to identify the rooms and people that you want to be with. So originally, we're first coming on that right away. You want to be intentional labor. You can search interests. But like, if you like entrepreneurship and growth, like all the rooms and hallway that I find are all in marketing, right? I'm in marketing, so I want to be around those people. So that's the first tip. And that's true for anything in life. You know this, David, as being, a rock star coach yourself. You are the people you surround yourself with. And it's no difference on Clubhouse.
So your first tip is surrounding yourself with the right people and finding those right groups.
Yeah, at the end, I'll read the little introduction to Clubhouse, and maybe we'll read it before. I don't know. Have you ever heard the introduction? It's short.
No, let's hear it.
Yeah, I'll read it really quick because I have it right up here, and this will tell, because the first chapter is called Identify the Rooms and People Here, because it's a guide, So let me see if I can find it here. A whole bunch of stuff.
By the way, I was going to say, Apple, you just come up with a new album as well. You just released an album a few days ago.
Then he could be at the coffee shop music studio I want to open one day,
Yeah.
I'm serious.
Right,
what type of music is it, App?
Hip hop. I've been doing hip hop for 24 years.
Jeff, can you turn up the volume on your end? So going forward, I got to get like a Roadcaster or something, because this is probably not going to be the highest quality volume on your end, but we'll get that fixed. This is our first time. Actually, this is the second time I've done this. I did it with Glenn Lundy about a month ago. So yeah, if you turn up the volume a little bit on your end, then it'll come in more clear. I hope.
Yeah,
I'm talking about Jeff.
Yeah, we're trying to get it. We're on a podcast interview right here. So we don't have the Rode Podcaster Pro hooked up. So on the podcast, he's trying to get it for the interview after. If not, we'll connect later, man. But yeah, the King of Connecticut, man. I think I've heard of you, man. So you're doing pretty good.
What part of Connecticut are you from?
I'm in New London.
Oh, New London. Okay.
That's the corner down there. It's nice over there.
Yeah, and you're in Southington, and I'm in Massachusetts. So we need to all connect and do like a sandwich or something. Rain's Deli.
Dude, let's make it like a meetup. Listen, let's pick a date. This is how you do this stuff. We'll pick out our private Entourage, Path to Mastery, hip hop meetup, right? Something like that. We'll collab, and then we'll basically sell tickets to it, man.
We should, man.
Dude, so many people want to meet up with me every single time. I get it every day. So we got to make it an event. This is how events are made. So I'm in the event space now, 100%, and I study them. And it all starts with an idea, getting a bunch of people together, right? So and we'll do that, man. I have friends with a lot of guys, and either we do it at a hotel or we do it at a nice place. Now the whole world's opening up, which personally I don't know why we shut down as much as we did, but that's
we can do that. We'll start off with a sandwich, and then we can we'll take the next level. But let's just get back to the book then. So let's talk about the first strategy. You were going to read us something.
I did. So I'm going to read you this is the introduction to the best Clubhouse guide ever. You can get it if you go to my DM me on Jeff the Entrepreneur on text book, or you can, or actually it's guide, or you can click the link in the bio. It should be up there if it's at the time. But this is the chapter of how it goes.
You're not going to read the whole chapter, are you?
Yeah, no, it's just the introduction.
All right, nice.
Your life can change in an instant. Downloading an app once late at night, I personally first thought it was a dating app. Maybe I'll find my true love here. Working many sleepless nights trying to bring up numbers in weekly webinars, I was running a strategic partnership, Andy Dave. What it takes to run $1 million business, founded by Danielle and Kate, who did a record-breaking filibuster room from Christmas into the new year. Perfect. Big audience. Let me promote my webinar so people can use my automation services that have increased my marketing business. Wrong idea. It was frowned upon. I was transparent about my services, excited where my brand was and connections, but still remember reading a text that made my heart sink. Bro, I'm sorry to bring this up. New to this app, the text came from venture capitalist Kurt, who I reached out to prior on Instagram before Clubhouse. To this moment, I was having such success speaking from my heart with the call to action. However, I felt all the feelings anyone in Clubhouse may have felt that makes them sick to their stomach. Instant rejection on Clubhouse consists of, but not limited to, sent down when on stage, blocked from a room, moderator, then not moderator. Text continued. I wish I could call you instead of text. Getting some complaints about your self-promo. I know it's not your intention. You're here to help and serve, but you might consider it. I responded, yeah, you know me, not my intention, crushed, but I'll improve now and stop promoting. A day later, I could feel anytime entering an app, people would talk and debate if I should be part of the rooms. One late night, the Irish influence of the year, Sarah Holland, spoke to me in her charming Irish accent and challenged me the same way in a harsh and caring tone. She claimed she was responsible for saving my Clubhouse career. I don't know about all that, but definitely aligned me and learned with those who best help support me. I read CEO Maddie J's tips and decided to explain each of these in detail around to help you with this life-changing app, Clubhouse. Maybe I'll find my true love here after using all these tips. So then it goes into tips, but I also do the blueprint on making, $74K a month and all that type of stuff. So all the good knowledge is in the book guide.
So we need to get a copy of your book. How do people get a copy of your book, Jeff? What's the best way to get?
I think it's dmjeff.club/clubhouse guide. You'll be there. You can pre-order it. If you go dmjeff.club/clubhouse tips, you'll get the tip sheet, which will be mostly all the chapters. It'll be the best tips. Or if you click if you're on Clubhouse, you can click in and text Clubhouse if you see it on Clubhouse, or it should be my link in my bio right there. Or you can text in guide. So.
All right, so let's talk about followers, because everybody always says, oh, it doesn't really matter how many followers you have, but it kind of does, because when you have a lot of followers, you get opportunities that you typically don't get if you don't have that many followers. And then the other thing people say, oh, it doesn't really matter if you got modded or not.
That's a belief. That's a belief that you have right there.
Okay, maybe it's a limiting belief, but but it is a reality in a lot of the spaces.
Yes and no. So here's the thing. You won't get as many room invitations. Okay. I get a lot of asked to go to rooms. Just right now, I started putting a price out on rooms today. I get asked to come to all these rooms all the time. Okay. Because everybody else is doing that, right? Because your time's valuable. We get paid as coaches and consultants, David. So I started, hey, if you want me in a room for this reason, because it looks like we have Jeff the entrepreneur here. They want to hear what he's saying. Your time's valuable, right? I don't know. We'll see if that even works. I had my VA describe that with my speaking packages that are coming out, right? Because now people are asking me to speak a lot of places. Here's the deal. I came on here with 0 followers. I was also in an organic time when it was very easy to grow. However, I was blocked from the app. I was put down on stage and I wasn't allowed. I was in the audience just like anybody else. This is why it's the best guide ever, because I took everything that I learned and all the coaching that I invested $280K, and I brought exactly this same formula into every single time I spoke up. And there's 3 things that anybody can use that can let you get on stage if you're ready to get on stage, and just stay up there. Because there's a lot of people out there that will come to the app tomorrow and not have any followers. And I guarantee if they use the same strategy I can, they'll stay on the stage a little bit longer.
Okay, so talk to us about, obviously when you have the followers, you go into rooms, people invite you up on the stage. And I don't have as many followers as you, but I just broke 10,000. And now all of a sudden I am getting pulled up on stages. I started getting pulled up on stages probably about 7,000. So, I mean, people I think are just pulling you up because they want, I mean, part of it is if you, I'm trying to think of the right way to say it. So yeah, I bring value. I'm short spoken. I very rarely am I going to just go on tangents. So I want to bring a value nugget, be clear, and get to the point. But I think a lot of people still are bringing me up or calling me into rooms because they want the 10,000, the 10,000 follows, because it helps grow the room size. Is that incorrect, or is that just no?
There is a part of limiting belief. I'm saying, as a money coach, you should start monetizing that right away. People are doing it and they're asking me, "Hey, Dave, if you be part of a room, you should set a price out for that." And you don't have to. You like me, you can come in a room. Yeah, why not? You know what I mean? Like you get paid for consulting calls, right?
Yeah,
So
it's
this
interesting.
is what I do on any podcast interview. It becomes a consulting session. Listen, you don't ever have to charge or take money for it. But now all of a sudden, what you did, David, is because I want to help you hit your 80K month. Remember, we jumped on a call and we did everything. Was that call beneficial or no?
Yeah, it was a good call, man. I give you some props. That's why we're hanging out again right now.
I know, dude. You get a little bit more time. So listen, because like you told me, you made what? I want to say you made pretty good money in a couple of days, right?
Last month we made about 25 total. So we got a little ways to go from 80, but we're chipping away, which is nice.
Targets as you as clarity on it, right? So that's what I like doing. So now what I'm teaching, I know your goal. I know what you want to do. Me and you talked about it. So I want to help you. I'm doing it. So you can just duplicate what I'm doing. You know what I mean? And yeah, I mean, the first thing you want in Clubhouse is you want to have a bio, because if you look like you don't have a bio, right then people aren't going to bring you up. They're going to think this guy, there's a lot of trolls on here and stuff like that too. They're not going to know if you're legit. So you just want to have a little bit of a bio. If you have to be your brand name, if you're not known like Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos or Mark Zuckerberg or somebody like that, you want to have a bio, and you want to formulate your bio with these three things: what you do, why you do it, that's the motion, and then how you can help somebody. And if you do those three things, what, why, and how, now all of a sudden it's curious. I know you'll see mine. I have it right up there. I'm a marketing consultant, right? Lost my brother.
So marketing consultant is in the first line. Is that how you do it?
What I do. Yeah.
Mine's interesting. I always put something like intriguing. Like right now, I believe it says curiosity genius.
Which is good. And you have a call to action. Listen, you can do it this way. You're fine. Curiosity genius, that's curious. I'd bring you up. Who's this curiosity genius, right? It's mystery. You want to have mystery on what you do, right? The why, sometimes the mystery, so you have that. And then you have the call to action text right here. Whether you're using text magic or whatever the tools you're using, that's bringing people to the community. That's huge what to do, And then you have your davidsfreebook.com and davidsrealestateBook.com. You own some real estate as well?
Oh, well, yeah, I own a 2-family right now, but yeah. Well, I own 3 homes, 3 properties. So,
well, yeah, I got a 4-unit. Yeah, I should write a real estate book too, man. People always ask me about real estate. I'm like, I'm not an expert.
Yeah,
just started, but I love it. I'm gonna do more and more of it.
So let's talk about. So you have the right bio. Now the next thing is we just want to raise our hands, right? Like raise your hand, start getting into the conversation, because if you're just sitting silent in the audience, you're not going to grow. It's impossible to grow that way.
Well, no. So here's the thing: you can grow in the audience by what you're learning, right? Because that's a part of growth.
Sure,
right?
I got it. Okay, fair enough.
Now, if you're talking about growing followers, yeah, 100%, you're not really going to grow. There is a part to growing. So when I was let's talk about when I was banned from stage. I'm in the thing. I was still growing from the audience. Okay, I put a red circle around my bio. I put a text action code, and I would put different things on there. They wouldn't even let me up on stage, and I was still growing. People were still following me. And when I was in the audience, I was DMing people right then. As soon as they made a comment that I actually liked, I would send them a comment and compliment them, right? Practice. Everybody on Clubhouse, everybody in this world, this isn't just Clubhouse, this is the world, has a sign around them that says, make me feel special, and make them feel special. If they said something that actually really benefited them, let them know. And now they're going to look at you. Wait, who's this guy? And if you have your bio set up, David, now they're saying, oh, he's a curiosity genius. I wouldn't put the texting that early, because then it looks like thing. Personally, I wouldn't, but it's fine. You can do that. But they'll look at it and they're like, oh, let me bring this guy up. He actually, because you made them feel special.
That's
right?
a good point. So with the text that early, I was intentional with that, because I was doing a specific room with real estate where I wanted people to get that text.
And that's perfect. So
but that's a great point. So, because I'll take it out, depending on where I am, I'll put different things in the top 3 lines.
100%. Like, I always want to be known as the marketing guy. People around me make more money. I give them stuff. As soon as someone has a conversation with me, they usually make more money. And I'm not even just saying that to be like, that is proven fact. I can show you many, many different people. Like, it's a God-given gift that I've gotten all of a sudden. That's why I'm consulting now, because it really helps, All
right. Well, we got a bunch of people popping into Clubhouse now. I've been inviting everybody up on the stage. And appreciate you all accepting the offer to come up. If you have any questions for Jeff, we're going to take a few questions in a couple minutes. My question though, Jeff, is what do you think about, I get a couple more questions for you, but what about the DM? Like when people, I like when it says on your profile, text like a 5-digit code for something. some people say, oh my God, you're selling stuff. Other people are like, I don't know. I kind of like that because I'm a salesperson. I believe I'm a true salesperson. Like I want to provide value. That's what I do. I provide value. And then I want people to know there's more value available. What are your thoughts on the DME?
So yeah, what are you selling?
What do I sell? I help people grow their business, man. I'm going to help people get from A to B with their business. Whatever, if they're in sales, that's what I do. I teach salespeople to become more effective in sales. So if I go out there and I drop a couple sales nuggets, like a follow-up strategy or something, then I want people to know how to get in touch with me for more of that.
Without 100%. If you have an offer, this is what I said. If I don't offer someone something I don't like, it means I don't want to work with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, I have enough products. I have the Clubhouse guide coming out. I have the Clubhouse course. We have the $5 follow-up that my brother made. It's actually was available to all the Entourage members that I have. And it was so good that people were losing track of their follow-up that we made it as a $5 follow-up, made a quick funnel on it, right? So what you want to do is you want to put these things in there 100%. These are tools that can actually help people. And honestly, when people pay, they pay attention. When they don't pay, they don't pay attention. It's living proof. I've talked to, actually, there's been a lot of people on Clubhouse who've come back and said, Jeff, because we listen to you, they're more intentional. It's more like going to a growth-minded conference, at least in the rooms I'm in. They've actually taken advice and made money out of it, which is great. And then those are people who bought the Clubhouse guide and lead to everything I'm buying. But you want to, if you believe in your product and stuff, then yeah, you should always have multiple offers and selling something. You know, everybody should have a product because we've all been somewhere at that point, you know, just not something you haven't done, you know.
I think there's the fine line, Jeff, between, you know, being a pitch zone and just, hey, if you need more, you know, and I guess I'm not, the challenge with, I shouldn't say it's a challenge, is, you know, you're going into other people's rooms or other people's clubs and you want to respect their rules and you know, what they're expecting from you, especially if they pull you on the stage.
What are rules? Rules are made up by a whole bunch of people. Listen, this is true. Traffic lights and everything is made up all by some people who got along, had emotion, and they made up rules to make something better, a community, right? Where it is. It's just made up by people, okay? We're entrepreneurs. We make up our own rules, okay? So if you have enough influence, like, okay, when I was reading that thing, they yelled at me for promoting. Grant Cardone came in. You know Grant, right?
I know. It's crazy, right? Yeah. Grant could come in and promote anything.
He made up his rule. Good for Grant. Bad job by me not being as big as Grant.
We're not
he can
Grant,
promote
though.
wherever he goes, and people know that because it's him. That's what he said. So as soon as that happened, I just said, hey, I'm going to make up my own rules, and that's how I'm going to do it. And anybody can do that, but you need enough people to validate your rules and be dedicated about your mission and like where you're coming from, right? So yeah, you want to respect the room. You always want to respect everybody around. If you really like somebody, you're going to respect them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You wouldn't come in there and just start doing that as well. And listen, nobody wants, here's the thing, people don't care. I got this from one of the masterminds I went to out in Malibu. People don't care how many times you ask for this sale. They care how you ask for the sale, okay? So write that down. People don't care how many times you ask for sale. They care how you ask for sale. It's the best thing ever because you can come in there and just say it in many different ways, right? So you don't always have to be pitching or putting something out. And actually, one thing I did wrong is a million things. You should have one offer and just drill that offer every time. I know that answer all the way through. We have multiple stuff that leads down to a funnel that will help people. But there are products that really help people, you know?
So Jeff, let's see who in Clubhouse right now. We're gonna get wrapping up in a few. But anybody in Clubhouse? Anybody have a question for Jeff with regards to what we're talking about? Michael, did you have a question?
Yes, I do, Jeff.
Michael, it looks like Nora as well. Jeff, you've got a lot better volume on your end than I do.
All right, yeah, go ahead, Michael.
Good questions for you. First of all, one comment. Number one, I think it depends on what you're selling, how many times you ask for the order, but that's a sidebar argument. Semantic, but I think it depends on what you're selling. I'm curious, why did you get bumped this night? Did you get a reference to that? And also, are there services on here like Twitter where, like, I have a friend of mine who went from like 500 followers on Twitter to 55,000. He paid for them, followers. Is there something going on the site like that or not?
Yeah, you don't want to do that right away. You don't want to pay for followers. You can. There are always going to be things that I'll interest that. And by the way, I totally agree with you. There is definitely different places on that. But for high ticket offers, sometimes you need, that's more what me and David deal with. It's more the fortunes in the follow-up a lot of times building trust. But Yeah, there were people on here who bought followers. They have it on thing. I was in where was it? It was for a wedding. It was in Costa Rica, not Costa Rica. I don't know, some island. And the guys showed me that they had all these computers set up to build Instagram followers where people could buy followers. They just created accounts on different IP addresses, and that's where they sold it all. And it cost X amount of money, and they sold it for this much. And those are the ones that die out. So like, I know the game. I used to have an Instagram growth software that I owned. And yeah, you just want to grow as much. That's the thing, guys. As much as it's a credibility thing, you know, I'm not the guy with the most followers, but I believe in the impact that I can bring. Once you believe in yourself, like you got to kind of get back. Like some people, like it's weird, man. Like 100%, there is social cred and there's stuff in print and everything like that. There is a part of that, but there is a part of if you actually have case studies and testimonies. You know this. There's businesses all the time that have referrals and testimonies. That's the biggest thing. Referrals and job signs will grow any business, any local business. Same thing going on. What was your third question, Michael? You got three there.
Well, I just asked why you got bumped. You said you got bumped.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should we tell them, David, that they need to buy the guide?
Was it JT Fox, man? I know you and JT are always going at it.
Yeah. Listen,
does that help you, by the way?
What?
I think that helped you a lot, right? Going at it with JT.
Because he needs the most love. Listen, I used to be exactly where JT was, which I was very arrogant and insecure and always needed the compliments. Okay. And I mean that in the most love thing. I think JT's bright and everything. Okay. I had a conversation with him on the phone and I kind of said that there. No, it wasn't JT. It was a girl. She actually admitted the other day. Her name was Jodine, and she didn't like my energy. And I literally came on with the 3-step emotion, value, and I did a hard call to action. You know, go to this right away. And I didn't really respect the room, everything we were reading. And I had to learn exactly how to speak in the room and do that. But that was why I started kind of pitching in a room my webinar, which literally, guys, June 5th, I'm doing an event. This is what I was doing. And it's changing lives event. Stuff that's changed my life will change your life by coming to this event. I'm connected to the most powerful playing people that have impacted my life. I was mentioning Ed Milet before. If you don't know who that is, the guy's phenomenal. Just connected with all these guys and coach your research. Go to Changing Lives events. I'm doing one on Clubhouse, June 5th at 12 p.m. And then my brother, who's helped build businesses, Josh Lewis Growth, he's right here in the Clubhouse room. He's going to be on it. And then we're going to have some big names on it eventually. And I'm going to be I'm going to be hosting a lot of virtual events for my entourage. People who joined it are going to have a few spots, and we're going to have some big names on there too as well. So.
Speaking of big names, we have Chris Voss is going to be joining us on here Friday. He'll be in a room with us.
Yeah, I got that book, by the way.
Never Split the Difference. It's amazing, right? Ridiculous.
Yeah, awesome.
He has a master class. You know that app Masterclass?
Yeah.
It's absurdly good, man. You got to check out Masterclass. But yeah, so he'll be out here Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern. So if anybody's interested, follow the club Path to Mastery, because we're going to have Chris here live. And it's not going to be like this, a podcast. It's not going to be, we'll be in the room answering questions, asking questions, interview. And yeah, it's going to be amazing. So make sure you're following the club. Also, I would say, make sure you're following Mr. Jeff, the entrepreneur, as well as everybody else who was cool and gracious enough to come up on the stage. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap the podcast, Jeff. Okay. Give me a final takeaway, and then how do people get in touch with you? And then we'll hang out in the room for a little bit longer and answer some questions.
Yeah, final takeaway is we all have special gifts inside us all the time. I didn't know that I was this marketing consulting genius that I am, really, until you know, I was just an entrepreneur who really just and I say that in like the most humble way possible. Like, here's the thing: if you don't promote yourself or say what you're good at and don't believe in yourself, and you wait for it, then it'll be tough. And the best compliment is when other people believe in you, right? So actually, our common mutual friend Tim Story, he was the one who publicly believed in me that one time, and it changed my life. You know, I felt like I want to prove him right instead of proving people wrong. So we all have gifts on us. We all have stuff we can offer, right? You know, I've been very blessed to be where I'm at. I mean, just right now, after I get off here and everything, I have a TV show deal in LA where I'm going to be doing a show called Legacy. We're going to be having people like maybe possibly Tom Brady on. That's one of the people in talk who's behind you. You know what I mean? So I built up everything to a point where now it's helping me. And this all happens because of belief in myself. And really just the reality board I have behind me. I have the talk show and everything that I wanted to do. And that's what we're going to be doing. So like, you gotta believe, and you gotta know you have it. You gotta be confident about something. We can all do it. And DM me, Jeff the Entrepreneur Man. DM me anything here. We have a good thing. I'm gonna give everybody on Memorial Day here personal phone calls. I've been doing calls all day today. So
awesome, Jeff. Well, I'm gonna stop the podcast now. We'll hang out in Clubhouse if you got another 10 minutes or so, answer a few questions, and then we'll wrap it up. All right. I appreciate you, man, and thank you for your time.